Hey guys, so this is only going to be a review of the melting MEI, that's MEI, recent chapter, I guess you could say, a part, which is part 12. And it basically leaves off where part 11 ended, where Elizabeth, pretty much was given a douse of the formula to kind of keep her contained until MEI and Zahara were able to work something out. So what happens here in part 12 is Elizabeth, as you guys hinted at the end of part 11, is starting to get, I guess you could say, entranced by this ability that's only temporary. In other words, she's starting to really enjoy it. So what happens is that she ends up tumbling the cooker, I guess you could say the pressure cooker, I think that's what it was. Pressure cooker she brought in, she tips it over. This gets Nei and Zahara's attention from where they are talking. And Elizabeth is basically like, look, I don't want no trouble. I'm willing to talk and everything. I'm willing to help you out and everything. I'm willing to talk and everything. But she wants something in return. Basically, she's willing to talk if they can allow her to basically enjoy what they're able to do now anyway. And you know, basically, trying to think I was going to say there. I do apologize. Basically, Mia and Zahara are a little skeptical, like why should we trust you, and everything. And Elizabeth is like, I'm the only one that probably knows what Lindsay's really up to. And she basically does explain that, yes, it was the Lindsay lady from who we got introduced to at the end of last year, in that sneak preview for this year. She is the one that hired Elizabeth, and Elizabeth basically explains to her that she wants a sample of that liquid so she can basically manufacture it and distribute it all across, while she gets the credit essentially. And Elizabeth tells her, look, I'm willing to help you, get back at her. I'm willing to help you get even with her, if not expose her, if you let me in on this. I mean no harm. So Zahara and Mei think about this for a moment, and they agree, okay, we will take you up on your offer, to help us expose Lindsay for who she is, or at least, confront her. Basically, the idea is to find some kind of dirt on Lindsay to blackmail her to prevent her from ever, trying to buy off somebody else's business ever again, somebody else's massage business, spa business, if you will, as well as just another way to basically, keep her away from trying to find out, the secrets of the special restoration soak that Zahara has at her Ultimate Bliss business. So basically, they agree to help to, have Elizabeth help them come up with a way to blackmail Lindsay. Except what happens is that basically Lindsay approaches the building and everything, or at least we're assuming it's the building, or at least the garage of it and all that. And Elizabeth looks down and she's wearing an outfit or dress, something like that. And she's like, "This is not exactly how I pictured you helping me out, or us working together." And you see Miai's mouth materialize, as it's called, on the upper region of the dress, saying, hey, I'm doing this to keep an eye on you to make sure, you are who you say you are and everything. So, anyway, Elizabeth is like, look, I have nothing to hide from you. I mean you no harm and everything. So what happens is, as they're getting ready to take on this little mission, this little quest to try to find something that's going to not only blackmail, if you will, Lindsay, into, never basically approaching any other spa or massage business and trying to take over or buy them out, but also make sure that she stays away from them. So what happens is that Miyai, because she's been doing this a little longer than even Zahara, her girlfriend, if you will, decides, okay, I'm gonna tap into you. I'm gonna give you a bit of the elixir again, which she does, and she basically uses this by giving Elizabeth a little bit of the elixir to use what she has in her basically that being the elixir itself. She basically connects, makes a connection again. Just like she did in the last story, she made a connection to find out the information about, oh, it's Lindsay that's behind this. She makes a connection to try to find out, to make sure that Elizabeth is on the up and up and she's just not playing up a fool. So she basically, and Elizabeth is like, go ahead, do what you got to do. I got nothing to hide. So Miyai uses this ability to kind of get the memories and everything, the life memories and all that of Elizabeth shared with her, and she sees that Elizabeth is on the up and up. That Lindsay has gone through a lot in her personal life and everything, and that she's only doing what she has to do for a living. But now that she's discovered this new power and everything that they've given her a little, a taste, or given her a taste of, that she wants more of it, and she's very titillized by this power. In other words, she's very aroused by it, turned on. And this is enough for Miyai to be like, okay, you are telling the truth. And I guess as a bit of a reward, what she decides to do is shapeshift her mouth into like a straw-like suction and take the shape that Elizabeth has been molded into, because she, again, like I said, was given a bit of that elixir to have the same powers that Miyai and Zahara have. She sucks her in through the straw that she turned her mouth into, and then Miyai decides to shapeshift into kind of like a container, like a big balloon and everything, and she sucks in Elizabeth, who basically is getting turned on by this. She's getting aroused erotically and everything, and basically she sucks her in completely. They just stay in their shapes for a minute. Well, Miyai stays in her balloon shape, container shape. Well, Elizabeth is just rippling away, kind of rippling away pleasurably inside of her. And then Miyai decides to shapeshift into a vase that the opening of the vase, kind of curves into a sly grin, and she says, I think we've established trust. Because now she sees that Elizabeth, basically doesn't mean any harm. She's just doing what she's been paid to do for a while to make a living. Taking the advice of her uncle and everything before he passed on. I'm assuming he passed on. So, yeah, that's basically how part 12 ends. And it looks like before this is done, because we do have the 22nd coming up, which is Monday, where we'll see part 13. And then part 14, I'm assuming, will be on the 29th, which will be around Memorial Day. And then if she feels like doing it, we might get a sneak peek for 2024 as well, because she has, that being Desiart's Michelle, who also does Metamorphosized to Malleability, that series. She's already kind of hinted that she has plans set up or ideas set up for the 2024 installment of the Melting BI series. But it definitely looks like we're going to get 2 more parts. And obviously you can't end, the 3rd season, you can't end it on I guess you could say, suspenseful cliffhanger. I mean, she could, but I think the ending of this is we're going to have a three-way, I guess you could say, LGBTQ relationship between Leon, Zahara, and Elizabeth. And I would not be surprised if we get a fusion between the two, Leon and Elizabeth, and try to get out of where they're going to be at, in one piece or something like that. I would not be surprised. But I would not also be surprised if we get a three-way fusion and all that as well between the three, and they come up with a different name, like they call themselves like they call themselves Ma Elizabeth or Marabeth or Mara Elizabeth or Elizabeth Mara or whatever, or Eliz Mara or whatever name the three-way fusion would come up with. I would not be surprised by that. I would not be surprised whatsoever. And of course, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get an NFSW erotic-like scenario between the three to end this installment of melting Mii. Whether it's in part 14 or, like I said, if she feels like doing it, a sneak peek of part 15, which would be for 2024. I would not be surprised. But anyway, though, yeah, it's, so far it's a good story, and I like the fact that we are getting a bit of a plot, and it seems like it's going to be a plot that might keyword there, might get resolved within the next couple of weeks. Like I said, come on here and do this bit of review. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. I will provide a link to the folder at DeviantArt so you can check it out there yourself. And until next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Like, share, during the premiere. Like the video. And until then, take care. God bless. And I am out.